My name is Torian Brackett, and I'm one of the actors you'll be seeing in this broadcast of Voices of Color. Voices of Color is the third of 3 reading programs in WCT's Hudson Valley New Voices Festival. Previous readings featured the work of Generation Z students and the vintage voices of our seniors. We'd like to thank our producers Misha Templer Sinclair and Melissa Nocera for their hard work on Voices of Color. This reading will showcase the work of talented playwrights of color throughout the Hudson Valley. We are proud to present this powerful assortment of short plays which deal with issues of concern to the BIPOC community. As performing artists of color, we welcome the opportunity to share these compelling stories with you. We're so glad you can join us for our Voices of Color reading. Please enjoy the show.
Days after my graduation from the segregated Lincoln High School in Sumter, South Carolina, I received this letter from my favorite aunt who lived up north in Philadelphia.
Dear Sarah, I got you a summer job. My friend Claudia Lee is a cook at a fancy camp for rich white girls up in Vermont. She says you can be her helper. The job pays $300 plus train fare, room, and board. I wish I could have had a chance like this when I was your age. I had to pick cotton and take care of white folks' babies. See you soon. Love, Aunt Susie. P.S. This is a real opportunity.
Opportunity? Cooking for some rich white girls isn't an opportunity. Times are changing for colored people. Opportunity is joining the lunch counter sit-ins or marching with Dr. Martin Luther King. I was only 17, but I had a heart full of reasons to hate white people and their Jim Crow regulations. I loved to read, but was banned from Sumter's public library. I paid full admission price to the local movie theater, but my access was down a side alley and up a fire escape to seats in the balcony. I had to sit in the back of city buses, which I refused to do. I just walked everywhere I had to go. One night, when my mama was having an especially bad asthma attack, I took her to the Negro wing of Toomey Hospital. After a while, an intern came out.
We're keeping her overnight. Just for observation. Don't worry, she'll be all right. Asthma doesn't kill you.
The next morning, when I arrived to take my mother home, a blue-eyed, blonde-haired nurse told me,
"Just after dawn, we found your mother, dead in her bed."
Found her dead? You were supposed to be observing her. Why did you leave her alone? You wouldn't have done that if she were white.
That's unfair.
You're the ones who are unfair. My mother's dead and it's your fault. I bolted from the hospital and I ran all the way home, tears streaming down my face. But no matter how much I mourned my mother's death, I had to get on with my own life. My acceptance letter from Morgan State College in Baltimore made no mention of a scholarship. And the National Defense student loan I qualified for would barely cover tuition, room, and board. While I didn't want a summer job as a cook's helper, I needed a summer job to make ends meet. As my train headed toward my Philadelphia rendezvous with Mrs. Lee, I leafed through the brochure my aunt had sent with her letter. From its glossy pages, Camp Benediwen emerged like a mountain sanctuary. It offered sports, which didn't interest me, arts and crafts and drama, and swimming in the camp's very own Lake Fairleigh. Now, swimming appealed to me. I'd always wanted to learn, but colored people weren't allowed in Sumter's public pool. And Mama's stories about the water moccasins had kept me away from the muddy pond at the edge of town. I planned to learn to swim in Lake Fairleigh before the summer was over. Aunt Susie was waiting when I stepped off the train in Philadelphia.
Oh, you look more and more like your mother.
As she touched my cheeks, tears welling in her eyes, I forced myself not to cry as she embraced me.
Oh, I'm glad I had the chance to see you before you left for camp.
She waved at a buxom caramel-colored woman in the waiting room.
Oh, that's Claudia Lee.
When we reached Mrs. Lee's side, she extended a plump hand.
Hello, Sarah. I'm so glad you're going with us. Your aunt has told me all about you. It's not often I get a college girl to work in the kitchen.
Thrilled to be called a college girl, I beamed as I returned her firm handshake. I'll do my best.
That's all I ask.
White River Junction. Next stop, White River Junction.
That's our stop.
I was the last to step from the train onto the wooden platform that stood like an unfinished bridge in a green clearing. Mrs. Lee and the 5 other teenage girls who made up the kitchen crew had already started down a steep staircase at the end. A white man beckoned us toward his wood-paneled station wagon, a gangly old man with a scruffy beard.
Hello, Mr. Henry. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
He replied while deftly loading our suitcases onto the station wagon's overhead rack and tying them down. The 7 of us squeezed inside and embarked on our last leg of our northward journey. During the long ride to camp, I stared out the window at gargantuan mountains with clouds that looked like smoke rings curling around their tops. Picture book-like farmhouses nestled in deep valleys and cows posed on sloping pastures where rounded boulders sprouted like oversized watermelons. The sun had just reached the horizon and filled the sky with a rosy glow when Mr. Henry stopped the car in a wooden clearing at a compound of wooden buildings.
This is it. Camp Medidewin. You're home away from home for the next 7 weeks.
Mrs. Lee, the other girls, and I quickly settled into the routine of preparing and serving home-cooked meals for 150 people 3 times a day, 6.5 days a week. It was cold and dark every morning as I made my way through the pine-scented forest to the kitchen, where I stirred huge vats of mapo, loaded slices of white bread onto an industrial-sized toaster, then buttered and pressed each slice into a plate of cinnamon sugar. Under Mrs. Lee's tutelage, I learned to make and enjoy delicacies like sugar cookies, blueberry pies, and cloverleaf dinner rolls, and smooth brown gravy ladled over mashed potatoes and slices of roast beef. Each night, after counting the days till camp ended, I fell into an exhausted and dreamless sleep. When I asked Mrs. Lee why we couldn't take part in any camp activities or go near the lake, she said,
We're the help. Up here, the help doesn't swim with the campers.
Despite my anger about camp restrictions, I was shamelessly curious about the campers. Never before had I seen in such close proximity so many white girls my age. It seemed as if we were invisible to them. And day by day, it grew easier to eavesdrop on their conversations. I soon learned that white skin brought no solace from money problems, didn't ensure smooth boy-girl relationships, or prevent sadness and heartache. They had the same problems I had. Mrs. Lee told us to address each camper and counselor, whatever her age, as Miss. I said the word only when Mrs. Lee was in hearing range. None of them called me anything except girl, and they only said that when they wanted more of something to eat. Every Sunday, After our kitchen crew served breakfast and lunch and prepared box suppers for the whole camp, Mr. Henry took us sightseeing in the camp station wagon. I surmised from the unfriendly stares our little group always drew that no other colored people had ever lived or even visited the state of Vermont. An overwhelming sense of first being invisible, then being different, and finally being unwelcome poisoned my entire Vermont experience. The last Sunday afternoon before camp ended, instead of joining the weekly tour, I made a pilgrimage to the Forbidden Lake Fairly. The well-worn path there took me through a stand of pine trees where brown needles cushioned the cool pathway. When the path reached Lake Fairly, I stopped, overwhelmed by its beauty and size. As far as I could see, tall trees cloaked in feathery foliage protectively surrounded it. I swatted a mosquito on my arm and scratched at the resulting sting. It was minor compared to the deep sting that tortured my heart. I fought back tears. What gave these white people the right to keep me from going into this lake? They didn't make it. God did. Didn't I deserve to enjoy its coolness too? I took off my sandals, walked down the bank, and waded in. The sun was hot against my top half, while the water made my feet icy cold. It was a tantalizing feeling. I lifted my skirt and waded farther out. The water was now midway my thighs. I tucked my skirt in my waistband and bent to splash cool water on my mosquito-bitten arm. And suddenly, I was angry at the campers, at all the white people in Vermont, at the unfairness of life that showed me its bounty but denied me access. I wanted to punish these people, but how? Then it came to me. Since they thought I would contaminate their beautiful lake, I decided to do something that would. Slowly and deliberately, I waded back to the water's edge, lowered my cotton panties, squatted, and peed.
Setting, a dark space.
Hello? Hello? Dark in here, I can't see. I don't know how I got here. Where am I? I can't see anything. What is this place? Okay, just keep cool and breathe. That's it, breathe. It'll come back to you. How did I get here? What happened to me? No, don't panic. That's the last thing you want to do. We have to keep cool heads now. Help! Anybody?
Count to 10.
Yes, that's right. I'll count to... Wait, who said that? Who's there? Where are you? I'm warning you, whatever your intentions may be, you don't want to mess with me. I play for keeps. You got that? Keeps!
You have to count to 10. That's what they say.
That's what who says. Who are they and who are you? How do I know you aren't one of the people who brought me here?
So many questions. How can you stand up carrying all those questions? Just count already.
Of course I have questions. How did I get here? Who are you? You aren't being very helpful. What does counting to 10 have to do with anything?
You still haven't counted to 10.
So what? Why does that mean anything? Answer my questions right now, or I'm gonna speak to your supervisor or whoever's in charge here.
It's very easy. Here, I'll start. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just stop counting. I'm lost someplace. No, I've been taken, stolen. You, whoever you are the gatekeeper, right? Listen, I'm a very important person. Do you hear me? I matter to a lot of big people. I make things happen. You are in serious trouble, whoever you are. You hear me?
5, 6.
Stop! Damn you!
Excuse me? You're the one screaming at the top of your lungs. I'm trying to help you. But I can't do that if you're running and hollering like a crazy person. Is that it? Are you crazy? I'm dealing with the crazy person. You should see yourself. Help! Help! You look funny in that suit. You always go on like this?
Only when I feel my life is threatened. It's a normal and natural response, and I'm not going to apologize for it. I don't feel bad about it at all. Any sane person would react this way when they find themselves kidnapped.
I don't know. I ain't never seen a person act like that. I did see a possum act like that once when it was faking dead. It was shaking and foaming at the mouth.
Yeah, I see what's going on here. Yeah, I'm dreaming. I'm stuck in a dream, like in a movie or a book. Any minute now, a truckload of purple elephants is going to make their way through that door, or James Brown is going to rope down from the ceiling and do a root canal or something ridiculous.
Okay, now look, I'm afraid that ain't the case. I'm going to tell you what happened, but I don't need you screaming and hollering, okay? You're going to want to, but try your best to keep it together. Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Go on. I'm ready, dream person who is a figment of my imagination.
Now, you have died.
I've of what?
Yep.
That's impossible. I couldn't be speaking with you if I've died. You see this? Woo! This is life. I'm not dead. You're dead. I'm still living and breathing and...
It's the truth, I'm afraid. You're as dead as a doornail.
No way.
You bought the farm.
You're wrong.
The big sleep.
Me. Dead. Yeah, right.
You came up roses. I could go on. There are plenty more. Gave up the ghost. Kicked the bucket. Checked out. Taken the long nap. Given the big pink slip. Succumbed. I don't really like that one. Sounds a little bit medieval to me.
Enough. I'm not dead. I'm me. I'm confused. That's it. I was standing over there. No, I was right here. I can't remember. Why can't I remember? Anyway, it doesn't matter because I'm not dead. It's impossible.
Welcome to the hereafter. We used to have jackets, but we lost the budget.
This isn't funny. You're not funny. And I'm not dead. If I'm dead, then how can I be talking to you? If I'm dead, then where are the white robes? Half-naked babies flying around and harps. I remember hearing harps play for you when you reached the gates. Yes, dead. Yeah, right. Why can't I remember dying if I'm dead then? And who are you?
Me? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm a mural.
Mural? Like one of those expensive pictures in an art gallery?
Right. Huh. Maybe you're not as loopy as I thought you were.
Me. Loopy. That's just great. The patients have taken over the ward. A mural of what exactly?
I was painted in 1976 after a small boy was shot by the police. It was raining, and he was running from the corner store so he wouldn't get wet. His mother told him 1,000 times not to bring water in the house. An officer saw him and thought he stole something. Didn't ask anybody anything, just went for his gun. Shot him twice in the back. They found a zebra cake and apple juice on him, which came up to $1.25. That's what the boy's life was worth, $1.25. The store clerk said that he came in the store all the time. His family lives a block away, and every time he'd get the same thing. The boy's sister painted me on the back of the family's church. She painted her brother riding on the back of a whale. Those were his favorite. He learned about them 2 weeks before he died. He'd run through the house for days, giving all the facts about them. Hey, did you know there are 90 types of whales? He planned to see them one day. His sister painted me, hoping the city would never forget about her brother. You like it?
That's a sad story. What happened to that boy is sad, but the world isn't like that anymore. There are laws to prevent things like that.
They're always sad.
Is that what this is about? You want retribution for what you've been through? The 70s was a long time ago, my friend. You're a little late. But nonetheless, take your time for the courts. Tell them this sad story. Tell them how the man has robbed you. Look, what does that have to do with me? I don't have time for any of this. I have to do something. I don't remember what it is, but...
We're all murals here, painted up for all to see. We were forced out of your world with hate and violence. And now we see the world from a distance through an array of colors. We tell stories interwoven over reds and greens. It's our job to tell the story of folks who checked out, who got checked out for not being enough, forgotten children of the earth.
And you're the welcoming committee for this play of horrors?
Hey, over there is Fred. You're gonna love Fred. He was here before me. Hey, Fred. Fred!
Who that? Who's that?
Wait, Fred? There's more of you down here?
Fred is a mural of Frederick Bailey, an elevator operator who loved his job. Talking and meeting with people, he was proud of what he did. Every day before work, his wife would take the time to shine the buttons on his uniform. He liked the way they shine when the lights hit him. One day, this white woman was having a bad day and thought Fred made a pass at her. She told the sheriff. It wasn't until 4 days later that they find old Fred in a lake just outside of town. His buttons still shining.
What did they do to him?
Well, let's just say they got off easy. Hey, Fred, meet the new guy.
I'm not the new guy. Okay, thank you very much. Hello, sir. I'm trying to find the exit to this madhouse. Maybe you can help me?
Be careful, Fred. We got a live one here.
Pay him no mind, sir. I woke up here in darkness and then I was here, and the only person that was here to help me was this lunatic. Now, if it's a matter of money, then I'm happy to...
Going up. Top floor, law office of Dama and Mario. Bottom floor, ladies' wear. How can I be of assistance?
Okay, maybe you didn't hear me. I need to find the way out of here.
They like my buttons. I keep them shining. They say, oh, Fred, them buttons so do shine. Almost blinded me when I seen them. If you was lost out in the woods, all you got to do is give them buttons a shine, and they'd find you all right. I love seeing the people come in and out of my shop. That's what we call our elevator, you see. Now, I ain't the most important man, but all them important people got to come into my shop before they go and make the big decision. Back then, for a colored man, that was important. I was important. These two hands got people where they going.
It seems like you were an important man, but... And I'm sorry for what happened to you, but we are not the same. I'm looking for a way out, not to stay in. I'm not supposed to be...
I've been up in this apartment building for many years now, watching the world grow, seeing the same curse fall on us again and again.
Your color, it's starting to fade.
My bones have become rusted, skin pulled back beyond recognition. My colors have faded to black, white, and amber. I leak red tears on concrete and metal pipes. My vision has become blurred. I can only see fat, shadowy figures dancing and moving far off in the distance. I have no name now. I have been pushed back and beat down to dust.
Look, old timer, I need a way out of here, and this one ain't gonna help me, but I know you can. Now let's make a deal. Can you help me?
I have watched and left you all.
Sir! Where did he go? What did any of that mean? Just nonsense. He just spoke nonsense and left.
Yeah, he does that. He's been here for a long time.
And that's what you want from me? To join you on this farce? No, sir, you couldn't even begin to try to understand the things I'm in charge of, the responsibilities I have.
All of us here are memories, frozen fragments of time when our body has been snatched from this mortal coil due to hatred and pain. Our black bodies are plastered all over walls in hope that another won't have to be. But with you being here, looks like we're gonna have to keep on hoping. Over there is another one called Mother with Child. It shows a woman who was pregnant with her first child. She was driving to a doctor's appointment and was stopped for speeding. When she bent down to get her purse out, the officer could have sworn it was a gun. Fired 2 shots before he blinked. Now here, she's painted up, holding her baby in her arms.
I always wanted to be a mother. I knew I'd be great at it. When I was young, I'd play house with my baby dolls, holding them close to my heart. And when I found out I was going to be one, my heart filled up with so much love, I couldn't stop smiling. I couldn't wait to give all the love I had to this child. All the love my mother gave to me. I wanted to share the stories that my family had passed down, to teach him where he came from, tell where he can draw his strength when he needed it. The word for God is mama in a child's eyes. Now that's a whole lot of responsibility for one. Anybody, but not me. She's so pretty. You want to see her?
It's face. Where's her face?
They took her face, but it's better now.
Aren't you angry? They killed you in cold blood. They killed your child. Why aren't you yelling to the sky? What they did to you was wrong.
I don't have to shield him from a world that never wanted her. Either of us. An older woman painted us on the side of an elementary school, so we get to watch all the children playing and grow.
She begins to sing to her baby.
I don't know what to say. All of this it's...
Still don't believe me, do you? Here, touch your nose.
Now you're just mocking me.
Just do it.
I won't. There are more important things to worry about.
If you're scared, then that's okay.
Scared? I'm not scared. Why would I be scared? Really? Fine, I'll do it. But I want you to know I'm doing it in protest.
Of course.
Yeah, okay, here we go. Wait, why can't I move? Why can't I move? What's happened to my arms? Where are my arms? Where are my legs? Look at me, I'm all spread out. No, I'm dead. I can't be dead. It's not fair.
I'm sorry, but I had to show you. I have to show everyone. They never believe when they first get here. Hell, I didn't.
Well, maybe there was a mistake. Somebody got it wrong.
Somebody got death wrong?
Like when they bring you the wrong food or the dentist pulling out the wrong tooth. Who can I speak to? Hello? Someone has made a grave mistake here. I don't want to tell anyone how to do their job, but here I am. A mistake.
Where do you think you are?
So if you can just fill out the paperwork that I need to go back to my life, we'll call it even. No hard feelings. Hello? Come on, this can't be real. Not me. I was good. I did good things. What am I supposed to do?
Fine. I didn't want to do this, but you're on your own. See what happens. You'll come looking for me when you see how dark it can get.
Wait, where are you going? You can't just leave me here.
Let's just see how long you last in your denial.
No, I don't understand. Hey! Fine. You are definitely getting a bad review from me when I speak to whoever is in charge. You can count on that. Huh? You must not know who I am. I get people to sign on the dotted line. I matter. You hear that? I matter.
Well, looks like we got another one who's gonna join us.
Thank goodness, officer, I found you. Listen, you have to help me.
Help you?
Yes, you have to help. I've been stolen.
What makes you think I'm here for you? That I care about you? That you matter to me?
But that's your job. You're an officer. You have to help.
Help you? I don't want to help you. If I had it my way, I'd put you all in my hand and just squeeze. No. I'd line you all up, take out my Glock, load it with 124 gold dot Howler points, and start spraying. Help you? You're a bunch of animals who don't know your place. I was a good cop. I knew the rules. I knew when I went out my door with this badge on, it was going to come down to one of you versus me.
No. I'm more than that. I've always had respect for the law. I knew where the line was and I never crossed it. The world isn't like that anymore.
It's always been like that. Look around. Hate is growing. Sides are becoming clearer.
Well, not for me. I know the rules. My father taught me long ago. He said, keep your head down, keep your eyes focused on the task at hand, and then the next one. That's how we survive. Create a line that separates you from the plight of the world.
I was a good cop and they shot me. I was gunned down because one of your homeboys had an arm cannon hidden in his pants. Look, he shot a hole right through my chest.
Oh my God, no.
Do you see? The other officers, they hung my shield in the precinct lobby. It's there so they never forget the war we must fight every day.
But it doesn't have to be this way. There doesn't have to be a war, and there doesn't have to be this place where murals watch the living. I'm starting to see that now. There could be more than the lives we have now.
That's all you are. Violence. You are the creators of your own destruction.
Officer Lucy grabs Head One's face, and in the background there is a slideshow showing deaths of Black people.
Stop! Enough, please!
The bodies, the blood, the chains you've shackled to yourselves, the hell you wrought. You've created a road to oblivion with unclaimed bodies. Hey, you match the description.
No.
Get on the ground. Put your hand behind your back.
No, not like this.
Put your hands in the air. I see a gun. I'll shoot, nigga.
No!
Nigga!
No!
Blue lives matter. Stop resisting. Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
I can't.
Stop resisting.
I can't breathe.
He
What are you?
Please.
Oh, me? Oh, you know me. I'm that little voice that creeps in and says, they just might be right. I wrap my hands around your grip and I help you pull. I put the idea, just what are they doing in this neighborhood, in the minds of frightened white women. I collect the tears from mothers who are holding their slain sons in their arms. A push here, a whisper there, and death rains down. It's so easy. It's surprising how easy it really is. You see, hate's always been there. I just give it a little nudge. And you give me an award for it. Here it is. For the outstanding job in the line of duty, we award this Medal of Merit to Officer Lucy Cipher. I was there in the beginning when the ships first came upon the shore, and I'll be there in the end.
You're evil.
You call me evil? Hell, you killed more people than I ever did. Do you know what hell is, boy? Hell is being invisible to God's mercy. And that's where you'll find me with arms wide open. You stay out of trouble now.
Did you see him? It felt like he was sucking my soul out. There was so much pain. The world is full of it. Everyone here, I can't handle it. I want to wake up now. I want to wake up right now.
Not yet. You still need to see.
No! I played your sick game and I listened and my heart aches for those people, truly, but this isn't a place for me. It can't be. I'm more than all of this. So do you people, or whatever you call yourselves, think you are. I never asked to see any of this. They never asked to die.
It's okay to be afraid. In fact, if you weren't, I would think you were crazy. Well, more than I already do.
I'm not afraid. I just can't be here anymore. It's too much.
I know what you're afraid to see, but you must. It's the final step.
Why must I? Why must we suffer so badly, huh? Who created the rules? What bargain was made so long ago that decided if you're black, you must sacrifice your peace? Because I would have liked to have sat in on that deal, okay? We're the ones that got left behind, and it isn't fair. And you want me to bow down to it? Hell no! I just saw what waits for someone who does that. I'm gonna wake up from this dream right now.
You can't wake up from death, I'm afraid. Appreciate the time you were given. All the things that you had. You had iPhone, TurboTax, back view cameras on cars. I mean, what's that all about? Facebook. You can now connect with people you haven't seen in years across continents. You saw the final season of Friends. Starbucks. You had Starbucks. I mean, how bad do I want Starbucks right now?
Joking again. Well, let me tell you something. You can have it all. And who put you in charge anyway? From what I can see, you're just as stuck as the rest of these ghosts. What's stopping me from pulling the curtains down from this bad joke and making another path for myself?
Except that you are here now. Your soul has gone off to the next world. You're only a memory of who you were like the rest of us.
Head 1 begins to move around the stage.
Help! Somebody! I want to wake up now!
Not the screaming again.
Yes! I'm gonna scream and shout and roar like a damn wild animal if I have to. And I'll...
The noise of people shouting begins to take place.
What is that? What is that? It sounds like people. People, if they can hear me. Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm trapped someplace.
The noise from the crowd gets louder.
What is that?
That's all for you. The music, the dance, all for you.
What do you mean it's for me? What are they doing? Why can't they hear me?
Look at them, how they move as one. Fists moving through the air that fills with their chants. They carry decades of resistance and stories with them. They're marching for justice. They march for their ancestors, for the next generation to come. Listen to their voices.
The stage becomes engulfed with images of people marching and chanting.
They march for you. They carry your name with them and make it strong. They'll make their way down the main street, going towards downtown. People outside stores will clap and wave, showing solidarity. People in cars will drive around as they pass by the group blasting, "Fight the power," and "Say it loud" from speakers for those who can't walk in their houses. Elders and children will push on together hand in hand. Lovers who are there will find new meanings in themselves. All this for you.
I didn't ask for this. What if I don't want it?
What if you do? Think back to before you got here.
That's what I've been trying to do.
Try harder. Think back before the dark. Back to the pain you felt.
I was... I'm a big executive with a big executive office and a parking space. And I was in a suit, a nice suit.
Good. More.
I can't be late for this meeting. All the higher ups are there. They're praising my name because of this big deal I made, right? I got big money coming. I mean, I'm untouchable. I get people to sign on the dotted line. You see, the guys at the office, they call me mover and shaker. That's what I told him.
Told who?
I was rushing. You see, I didn't even hear him at first. It all happened so fast. Turn around, he said. Let me see your hands. Get on the floor. He couldn't have been talking to me. Not me. I'm in a suit. I see this happen to people on television, but not me. I have a briefcase. Look, it's my father's briefcase. I have a very important meeting. I tried to show him, but he wouldn't listen. I knew how these things could go, so I took out my ID badge just in case so he could see who I was. And I was the person who got people to sign on the dotted line, and then...
And then?
I heard someone cry out, and I fell to my knees and to the ground, and there was pain, just like you said. It's exactly how you said. I've died, haven't I?
Welcome.
He killed me! He killed me for being black, for being alive. He killed me 1,000. And the people saw him do it. And they're the ones that put me up here, weren't they?
They wanted to show the world who you were. Here, come look. See yourself now, all of you.
Look at me. All those colors. Green. Green was always my favorite color. I remember that. I'm not scared anymore. Why is that?
It was painted not too long ago, actually. I thought you might like this one.
I can feel it call out to me like it wants me to see it.
It was painted in a very fearful manner. If you look closely, you can see the words in the petals. Read them.
Wait, why does this have my name on it? What'll happen if I do?
Go on.
I was born in darkness with only fragments of light to sustain me. Each day I twist and turn to be washed in sun rays. The light has become greater now, and my strength thrust my body upward to the heavens, to the strange. I extend for the final push, and I hear the loud booming of the future, and I'm terrified. I see exploding movement and skin as dark as my home, fused with strains of gold. Creation is no stranger here. Deities move limbs as I did, bathing in light. Who are these wave riders that seek heaven as me? I stare upon gods and watch them run, reach for each other's bodies, making one from two. They hold their scars close to their chest, oozing magic and vibrant colors. Then echoes of thunder, flashes of yellows and white engulf the setting. Figures upon pale white horses with trembling faces divulge upon the hill. Titans. I feel the first splash, and then another, and another. Red raindrops strike my petals and vines, cascading down to my roots. I'm blinded then, Each drop brings screams that leave gashes in time. Life flees this festival, leaving nothing but a mute wreckage. I glare at my surrounding and I'm filled with a wrenching emptiness for what was here in the good place. What have I witnessed? I'm alone with visions still looking for the smiles in between. Who am I? I am a witness. I am the rose that grew from concrete, longing for the dark again. This is mine, isn't it?
It only appears when you're ready for it to appear.
Look at me, all those colors. Green, that was always my favorite color. Who painted this?
She was one of the people that watched you die. She saw you fall to your knees. She walked back to her house without saying a word, not even to her parents. She didn't eat dinner. She didn't talk to her friends, do her homework. She laid in bed and cried all night from what she saw. A man that looked like her father get killed right in front of her. When she finally got up, she used all the money she had that day to buy art supplies, took the bus downtown to the same spot where you died and began to paint. She used every bit of free time she had for weeks to paint this mural.
What happens now?
Now, we stay and watch the world go on. We watch children become fathers and mothers. The days grow short and long. We hear the voices of the wind. We are the memory of the people that we loved. We remind those that loved us that we celebrate with them, and we carry their tears. In our poses, we run, we shout, we hug, we cry, we laugh, we dance, we raise our fists to the sky, go to the mountaintop, rest on wings, make our homes on sunflowers. We say her name and make sure our lives matter. Our paint may fade, but it'll never die. Here, you live forever.
Sounds of a protest start again as the scene fades to black.
I got pulled over again. Here where I live. Second time in 3 months for the repeated violation of DWB. I'm a repeated offender. I can't help myself. Now, in this quiet cul-de-sac where I live, a Black man is rarely seen, unless he's delivering food, mail, or the occasional cab driver can be seen from time to time. See, in this neighborhood, even the garbage collectors are white. So seeing me roam the manicured lawns and fenced-in yards of these upper middle-class homes is like seeing a leprechaun riding a zebra down Park Avenue. On the afternoon that I moved in, I felt the possibility of something strange happening. Let's call it instinct. I was renting a house from a colleague. My neighbors were doing their yard work, barbecuing on their screened-in decks, children playing down by the river. When one of the neighbors took the time out of their leisure activities to call the police because he saw a Black man in a Jeep moving items out of the house. He couldn't possibly be moving into this house. Not on this block, not in this neighborhood. When the police cars, too, showed up, I thought it'd be easy for me to explain why I had a Jeep filled with, amongst other things, flat screen TV, CD player, various pieces of bad artwork. I actually have a painting of the Manhattan skyline done in the style of Van Gogh's Starry Night. A lamp with no shade, and a microwave oven that I bought at a yard sale. Turns out doesn't even work. All of these things were mine, and I had no way of proving it, other than possession is 9/10 of the law. First officer approaches. Good afternoon, how you doing? I'm good, I think. Do you mind if I see some identification? Sure. I slowly reach for my wallet. Officer steps back and gets into a defensive position. His partner, I guess due to his training, also gets into a defensive stance. When I present only my license, one officer takes it back to the squad car while the other one keeps a close eye on my movements. We talk about the Knicks. Lovely weather we're having. How about them Yankees? Cop 2 comes back and asks, can you explain to me what's going on here? I tell him that all this stuff is mine and that I'm moving in. And he assures me that is not the case because the neighbor who called knows the owner of the house. Who called? I'm afraid I'm not at liberty to say. I look around to see who it might have been, but there's not a neighbor in sight. The sound of lawnmower stops, no children playing, and I guess the barbecue's done and everybody's in the house eating. But I can feel their eyes peering at me through the living room blinds and kitchen windows. See, this is the moment I think to myself, this could actually end very bad. The second officer asked me how I got into the house. I explained to him that I'm renting from a colleague who left me with the key. I reached for the key in my pocket, and then I remembered the key is on my keychain in the ignition in the truck. The key is in the truck. Can I reach in? Nope, stand right back, stand right there, I'll get it. The officer reaches in the truck and pulls the key out of the ignition. Now I'm an admitted key hoarder. I still have the keys to my college dorm, my mother's house and car, and every apartment I lived in the past 10 years. So when he asked me which key it was, I froze. That one. Wait. This one. Wait. That one. Are you sure? Yeah, it's the one that looks new. Now the first cop, who I peg as the good cop in the scenario, seems reasonable and says, you have to be the dumbest son of a bitch in the world to think you can pull something like this off in the middle of the day. Which cop number 2, who I assume is the bad cop, says, or the smartest. I got his point. I didn't have a reasonable explanation, only an unreasonable one. Cop 1 proceeds to try to keep the front door. Doesn't work. Tries a second and a third. Nothing works. Then I remembered my colleague told me that the key is to the back door. Excuse me, sir. I mean, officer. The key is to the back door. Officer goes around back while his partner asks me a couple of pertinent questions. What's my colleague's name? How did I come to know her? Had I signed a lease, which I hadn't at the time because she was on vacation and we sorted that out when she returned. Cop 1 comes from around back and signals to his partner that the key indeed works. Cop 1 calls my colleague's daughter, whose number I happen to have just in case I had any problems. This definitely registered as a problem. Daughter confirms my story while I stand in the middle of the driveway sweating bullets. See, I get pulled over in this neighborhood all the time. But you would think after 4 long years, cops would know me by now. I figured each time they stop me, they think, maybe he's committed a crime since the last time we pulled him over. Let's just make sure. See, a lot of my white friends want to empathize. Best they can do is sympathize. See, Black mothers, fathers, aunts, uncles, teachers, counselors have to explain survival techniques to the young people when getting pulled over by the police. Stay calm. That's most important. Be polite and respectful. Announce your movements before you make them. Follow these rules, and it's a good chance that you just might make it home alive. Though it's been proven time and time again that there still is no guarantee that they will. To this day, after 4 long years, I still have not met any of my neighbors. And I don't know who called the police on me that day. Nor do I want to know. I just wave politely when I happen to see them. Howdy, neighbor.
Hi, Stacy. Thanks for suggesting this. Happy Friday. Can you believe it's been over a year since we left the office to work from home? And it's May already. Again. I've been okay. Okay, no. Actually, I've been pretty depressed about how we all seem to be just so friggin' divided now in so many different ways. Why do things have to be about liberals and conservatives, right or left, this party, that party? Why can't we just be about basic human decency and governing for everyone's benefit, not governing based on hate? What do you mean? What do I mean? Really? Well, this past year, in addition to having to worry about this virus, I also had to worry about getting spit on or verbally abused or worse. I am not exaggerating. Do you know how I went out to walk Stella or to buy groceries? Yeah, I know. But this is how I've been going out, even on cloudy days. You've seen all the stories of anti-Asian hate acts all over the country, right? This surprises you? I saw it coming a long time ago. After all, we had this fucking idiot in the White House who not only chose to ignore the virus, but he kept persisting in calling COVID the Chinese virus, and then the Kung flu. Well, sure, obviously, but so what? I know, we all know, it started in China, but putting those labels on it just invites the haters to blame the entire thing on a whole set of people who don't look like them. You know, you and Tony are lucky you don't have to worry about this for you and your kids. Apology accepted. Thanks. I'll be fine. Like I said, sure, we can talk about something else. May is one of my favorite months too. You know, May is Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month. A whole month celebrating my people and their contributions to the history and culture of this country. I told you that, right? Remember the festival we took the kids to 2 or 3 years ago? Right. It was nice. And we were going to take the girls to see Mulan last year. I am so glad they made it live action without the big musical numbers. It was well done. And even though it wasn't in a theater, my girl got to see a real life heroine who looks like me. But now this milestone Hollywood movie will be just another bit of trivia in the marginalized lives of Asian Americans. Don't give me that look. Hell yeah, we are marginalized. What? Please, that whole minority thing, model minority, is a ridiculous stereotype. I hated math. And how often were you with me when some white guy would ask me, not you, where are you from? And look at all the whitewashing in Hollywood. I mean, Scarlett Johansson as a Japanese anime heroine. To this day, I refuse to watch Ghost in the Shell. And when was the last time The View had an Asian American as part of their group? I'll tell you, 2002. Seriously, is it really that hard to find an articulate, opinionated Asian American female who looks good on camera? Oh, thank you. I could, couldn't I? But it's not like I'm even political. I vote, but I don't follow politics. I think we're like most Americans. We vote and we live with the results. But now, with all this hate crap, the worst part of this recent anti-Asian hate trend is that it's not just white supremacists who are incited to violence. It's also other people of color who don't know any better. Just makes me so sad. And I marched for Black Lives Matter. Last night, Dan and I watched Judas and the Black Messiah. Great movie. You and Tony need to see it. It ends, and Dan sits back and says, "We are just awful, awful people." I asked him, why? Just because we're not revolutionaries? And he said, no, me, us white people. I told him, no, honey, you are not awful. You are a good whitey. Yes, Stacy, you and Tony are good whiteys too.
My boy didn't come home last night. He just turned 17. Now, for some mothers, a 17-year-old not coming home could mean, well, a whole lot of things. Too many to name. But for a Black mother, my boy not coming home could only mean one, two, maybe even three things. None of them are good. My son Raymond, he is a good boy. Of course, most mothers would say that or pray they could say that. But Raymond, my one and only child, he's a good boy. Never talked back to me or to his father. God bless his soul. He wasn't a straight A student, but all his teachers say that he works hard, real hard, does all his homework, pays attention in class, engaged. That's what his English teacher told me. Raymond's always eager to learn something new. Never brought home anything less than a C on his report card, and he's on the tennis team, student council vice president, member of the chess club. But out there in the world, he's just a black body, a target and a weapon at the same time. A bullet could have his name on it. It could be a stray bullet meant for somebody else's son. Or it could be unleashed from someone's gun who thinks of him as an enemy without even knowing his name. Or it could be fired from the gun of someone meant to protect him. It don't matter who fired it. Only thing that matters to me is where it ends up. My boy's body. As a 6-year-old, I'd always tell him not to play in the street, stay in the front yard, and you better be inside that door before dark. As he got older, don't hang out with the wrong crowd, and please do not bring nobody's baby in my house. And please do not put your hood on your head nowadays. Don't put your hood on your head, no matter how cold it is outside. Wear clothes that fit you and keep your britches up. He finally got his driver's license. He was so excited. Me, I was terrified. Not that he'd get in an accident, nothing like that. I was scared he'd get stopped by the wrong kind of policeman one night. For God knows what. Please, come on home, son.
At Rise, we see Jade, a 30-something historian in a library in a small town. She is communicating with her best friend after a tragedy.
Hey, why are you here? Come to gawk at the invalid, huh? You know, I heard what you've been saying around town, but I didn't want to believe it. Not my best friend. She would defend me to the death. I told them they were lying and that you would never do anything to harm me. So I called you to tell you what they had been saying and to let you know that they were trying to create a wedge between us. But you didn't answer my calls. I spent days texting, emailing, calling you. I mean, I even called your job. Then you blocked me on social media. Why didn't you answer me? Why didn't you come to see me? Why weren't you there? Where the fuck were you? I had to finally accept that you were with them now and you were on their side. You can't imagine how that betrayal felt. I felt more violated by you than all of that freaking scum. We have been friends for so long. How could you, of all people, not believe me? Do you think I did this to myself? Do you think I beat myself up? Do you think that I ripped myself open and did irreparable fucking damage for fun? Who the fuck are you? And what have you done with my sister? My friend, the person I counted on more than my family, the person I would have died for. Where is she? Huh? I have been there for you constantly. Look at me. Don't you dare walk away. You don't get to do that. I expected it from them. I knew that I had a fight on my hands. I knew that they would think that I was worthless and that I deserved it, and this was my fault, or try to make me believe that nothing ever happened. I knew that they would try to make me disappear. But I never, in my wildest dreams, ever imagined that you would side with them. Not you. You selfish bitch! What do I do now? Huh? What do I do?
Lights fade to black. At Eyez, we see an apartment loaded with cardboard moving boxes, a table with a lamp, goblet, plate, and cutlery in disarray. Gary enters with shopping bags.
Hey, babe. Babe, I'm here. Where are you?
He glances at the boxes and sets down his bags. He grabs a coat hanger, meticulously hangs up his coat, and looks over at the messy table.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, jeez. Oh. Oh. Babe, you must be in the shower. Since you're not answering me. All right. Mr. Potato. Mr. Potato, you're so sweet. Here's your new home. Toothpaste, okay. You're so neat. Says, I'll put you right there. I'll take you to the bathroom in a minute. Peanut butter. Oh, peanut butter. Oh, you're so smooth. You're a nut. Bread. Oh, I don't like how you make my belly bigger. You're so toasty.
In the bedroom, putting my stuff away.
Water wet and
Comes out
wild.
of the bedroom with a box, puts it down, and starts watching him.
Water wet and wild. Bacon. How I love you. Crackers, Jenny loves you with cheese and oatmeal. I will see you tomorrow.
I'm out.
Gary rolls and folds each bag tightly and places them in another bag.
Hey, new bag. You're going away. I'll see you another day.
He starts making a sandwich.
Love you, peanut butter and strawberry preserves. You make my palate sing.
He stops and checks his wallet, takes out coins and his lottery tickets, gets another plate and places the tickets on the plate and puts both on the table. He finishes making his sandwich, sits down, takes the napkin out of the drawer and tucks it on his neck.
I'll just put this over here and start a new pile.
I'll help you when I'm done eating.
You've helped enough.
Huh, what? What's with all the boxes? Don't tell me the landlord has to fumigate the building again.
Fumigation, that was 2 years ago. It's a no. Get a clue.
2 years ago? Well, it was gross and disruptive to our lives. So what's up with the boxes?
I'm packing my clothes and things. Jerk off.
I got eyes, I see that. Are my boxes by the bed? I'll start packing after I clean up.
Nope. Only I have boxes. I'm moving out. Why do you have to be such a jerk off?
Okay, so you found a new place. Where is our new address? I'll go get my boxes at U-Haul and maybe the liquor store.
That move right there is one of the many reasons I'm moving out.
Yeah, I know the lack of shoveling last winter was ridiculous and management was not timely in responding to our complaints. You're right. We should probably move. I'll find a new place. Let me get my phone.
Stop it. Stop it. Focus. 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 Can you see me? Do you hear me?
I'm sitting right here in the same room. Of course, I can see you and I'm listening to you.
Excellent. I was trying to be delicate, but the bottom line is that we are done as a couple. I'm moving out in an hour.
This is a huge surprise.
Really? A surprise? Really? You are a piece of work.
I'm mystified that you're leaving me. I didn't see this coming at all.
When I figured out that you were simultaneously smart and dense at the same time, I should have run away.
All right, you're unhappy, but you don't have to be rude.
We've had more than a few conversations about our relationship and your idiosyncrasies.
Remember a few conversations. You made demands, I complied.
I made requests because of your behavior and you agreed to make changes.
I exercise. I eat mostly healthy except for bacon. I meditate and started taking meds. I cherished you during our intimate times. So why are we not simpatico?
See, that's it right there. Who says intimate time? I used to think that was so cute, but it's a phrase that is really devoid of feeling and sounds incredibly boring.
You really didn't sound bored any of the times we were intimate. You were a lot of things, but definitely not an actress.
Having intimate time, making whoopee, making love, having sex, whatever phrase you want to use is just fine. This is just about you performing without being connected.
I assure you, I know we were connected. You must have been the one performing without connecting. I don't believe you're moving out without consulting me.
Trust me, the Wi-Fi is down and I look forward to roaming. We are breaking up. We're not dating anymore. Glad to see you're even.
You are bordering on being vicious. You know how I feel about you. You know who I am from day 2 when we met.
I Googled OCD. I was unfamiliar, and in a micromillisecond, I found out all about it. I thought you were cute, quirky, and sexy. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Your quirkiness started out endearing, and now it irks my soul.
My OCD is a turnoff? How long have you felt this way? You should have informed me before today.
At least 10 months. Your behavior last Christmas, it threw me over the edge.
You told everyone you like your teddy bear on the Roomba.
It started out adorable until I noticed the bear was holding Hershey's Kisses that were nestled in Swiffer wipes.
You smiled and hugged me. You thanked me so much. And we made nookie.
Ugh! I forgot about that word, nookie. I hugged you tight so I wouldn't strangle you in front of my family. Thank the dear Lord no one noticed the wipes. I would have been so embarrassed and my siblings would have harassed me for the rest of my life. I thought making love to you would make the difference. It actually made me feel worse because I felt nothing. So that's when I decided it was time to go. It just took longer than I thought.
Well, well, well. You're just letting your feelings run out onto the floor. So my disease is so untenable that you have to leave today, no notice. You are incredible.
Listening for comprehension is also one of your problems. It's taken me 10 months to make this move happen. Today, it's finally here.
Huh?
Gary stares at her, leans over, and starts systematically scratching off the lottery tickets, humming a tune.
There it is, in your usual OCD effing moments. It's more important for you to scratch off those losing tickets than to listen to me about our failed relationship. But sure, you keep on scratching. I'm not going to be with a loser anymore.
I don't need to look at you to listen. So I've complied, done numerous OCD-related things that piss you off. And after your long-term procrastination, you're leaving me today. Got it. Do you need help moving boxes? I can stop scratching off and help you move.
Are you insane? It might be me who's insane. Procrastination. I wanted to make sure that I had a plan and that included a place to go. I wanted to make sure that our relationship couldn't be salvaged. And it can't.
So since two people are in a relationship and one has decided that this is the other person's fault, it's over? And you don't need help moving boxes? And our intimate time might have all been a lie?
You're a ridiculous loser. I am breaking up with you and moving out so you can stick with your asinine routines. I'm so through with you.
So you stated, I'm a shitty boyfriend, now ex-boyfriend. Being with a loser is not what you want.
Whoa, you were listening. You're a weirdo, and I can't take your regimented lifestyle for one more day.
So if I beat you, cheated on you, and truly was a jerk off, would you stay?
Get it into your head. Being with you initially, it used to be fun, but now it's a drag. It's a bummer. It's effing torture. Your actions have been an emotional beatdown. No one else is going to want to put up with your eccentricities. I wasn't worried about you cheating. That's funny. Your circus sucks, and I'm not writing this ride anymore.
So there's nothing I can say or do to change your mind. I really have a problem with the word jerk off.
You have a problem with being a jerk off. Well, I suggest you get over it because from now on, that's going to be your favorite new noun and verb. You can take your odd songs, your precision moves, your scratch off tickets and shove them where the sun doesn't shine. The moves will be in a minute. I can't wait.
Well, the least I can do is hold the door open for the move.
Oh, you finally get it. Phew, game over. Huh, the movers are almost here. Amen.
All right, well, do you have a pen?
You want me to get you a pen. You have 16 pens in your briefcase for every freaking occasion. You have so much wrong with you, way more than I thought. Okay, fine. I'll go get you one of my freaking pens.
I cherish you and my new life.
You are completely insane. You probably enjoy being alone.
I didn't realize till today how little I mattered in our relationship. Apparently, that is going to change.
It's changing, all right. I'm out of here. I can't listen to your voice and get into your bag of crazy one more minute. I'm going to wait for the movers downstairs. Once we're done, I'll give you the keys and you can keep the frickin' security deposit.
You are entitled to your portion of the security deposit. I will certainly Venmo or mail you a check.
I don't want anything from you. I'll send you an email and a text as proof. I want 0 ties after today with you. I'll send them right now.
Please remember, I'm not the one burning this bridge. You decided on the smoke.
I have paid enough of a toll by being with you. That bridge is now an eternal flame. I'm eating s'mores while it crumbles and burns. I'll be downstairs. My new life starts now.
Jeanette gets her coat and keys. She walks out, door slams. Gary picks up his phone and calls his best buddy.
Hey, Paolo, what's up? Nothing's really wrong except Jeanette broke up with me and she's moving out today. Don't keep saying you're sorry. I know you can't stand her. I don't know if there's someone else. She told me my OCD made her break up with me. Yeah, I bet if I had polio, she would have stayed. Do you have vacation time? How much? 3 weeks. Well, you're going with me on a safari. No, it's not like Bumble or Tinder, a real safari.
He turns and sees Jeanette at the door.
Please hold.
I'm not gone 5 minutes and you're on the phone talking about the latest Apple browser. Like it's just another day. So typical. And who are you delivering the good news to? Oh, let me guess. It's effing Paolo. I hope he can hear me so he can see what I think of him. Bite me to infinity and give him a few gestures. Oh, God. Here, the damn keys. Here they are. Oh, God. Oh. And let me take a picture of you holding them so I don't get an invoice from you. Oh, I've decided I'm not taking these boxes. It's just a bunch of shit that you gave me. If I left anything else in the room, sell it and choke on the food in the fridge. Goodbye and die.
She exits, slamming the door.
Yes, for real. You heard that? Threw the keys at me and left. I don't use that word. You know I love scratch-off tickets. Well, I just won $10 million. No, I'm not shitting you. I know, it's unbelievable. While I was getting roasted, I was scratching off the tickets. Hell yeah, she was pissed. You know my routine. I was feeling really bad until I noticed that I had a winning ticket. No, she doesn't know that I won. I took a selfie with the ticket and asked her for a pen to sign the back. She was so friggin' angry, she didn't put it together. Yeah, it was a genius move. Oh, I'm gonna heal in Kenya with you, buddy, and I can pay for all of it. Bro, you are not going to send her safari photos. That is too cruel. You better find your passport. Yeah, you have to drive me down to the lottery office. So get over here. I have the signed ticket in my pocket. No, I don't want to do shots. Okay. I'll do shots, but not tequila. No, you can't call her. You can't post safari pics on her page. Okay, maybe a couple.
Lights fade to black.
He's early. Mom!
Hello, dear.
What are you doing here?
Why, I haven't heard from you in days. I thought you might be hungry and want something to eat while you were studying. I hear those medical boards can be a killer.
Mother,
I know. I'm such a wonderful, thoughtful mom. You don't have to thank me. Oh, what's this? I didn't know you had company.
I don't, at least not yet. I'm waiting for Grayson.
Oh, Lord.
So what's in the bag?
Oh, all your favorite treats.
Thanks.
Oh, I thought you'd be studying.
Well, I was, but now I'm not. Mom, what the hell is this? You know I don't eat like this anymore.
Oh, since when?
Since I've been a med student. This is a heart attack in a bag, Mother.
Well, I was just trying to make you happy, but it looks like I'm a little late for that.
Are you for real? Mom, fresh fruits and veggies. Canned ones are full of salt.
Oh, it says no salt added.
It says here on the label, sodium.
Oh, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to distract me.
Oh, distract you from what?
From this little love nest situation you have going on here. You should be studying for the board, Shayla. I spent a fortune on your education. And I heard the boards are extremely difficult. I heard from my neighbor that her son studied for 10 months straight, 20 hours a day.
Maybe he's stupid.
Oh, that's not funny.
I'll do just fine. Mother, I'm acing med school. I'll ace the board.
I hope so. I can't stand the thought of you throwing your life away. Oh, this is a lovely tablescape. Oh, it's so nice to see that some of my good hostess skills rubbed off on you. Now, who did you say was coming to dinner again?
Mom, stop it. I already told you.
It's a shame to see you wasting all your time on some guy you met online.
Please don't start. Mom, meeting people online is a perfectly normal thing to do these days. Plus, I've never met anyone who cares about me the way Grayson does.
No, I know you care about him, but I'm not so sure how he feels about you, dear.
That's your opinion.
Oh, it was your grandmother's dream to see you graduate med school and become a doctor.
Nothing has changed. That's my dream too.
Well, dressed like that with your breasts popping out? You never used to wear clothing like this. Ever since you've been talking to that Greystone, you've turned into
Nothing wrong with being proud of my body.
Well, doctors are supposed to be, they're supposed to be, you know.
What?
Different, classy. Do you have any idea how it makes me feel to see you dressed like this?
You're totally overreacting, and this is why I never invite you over anymore.
Oh, no, you don't invite me over because you're always hiding. You don't want me to see the truth.
What truth?
That you're always hiding and waiting for something to happen with this mystery man of yours.
He's not a mystery man. We've been dating for 6 months now.
Well, why haven't I met him?
He doesn't like mothers. They're always butting into their daughter's business.
Michael hasn't met him. I suppose he doesn't like brothers either.
As a matter of fact, he and Michael had a lengthy conversation on FaceTime just last week.
Oh, of course. That's Graystone's modus operandi. For heaven's sakes, he's not even willing to meet you in person. Michael told me he stood you up 3 times.
There were reasons.
Shayla.
I'm telling you, there were logical reasons why he couldn't make it. And besides, we FaceTime every day. Sometimes we meet up on Zoom. That's more than most couples can say.
But it's not in person. It's not the same.
I'm busy. He's busy. Did Michael tell you that Grayson and I have coffee every morning together?
On that phone, FaceTiming or Zooming or whatever?
Yes. Thanks to technology, we have a closeness, a bond you'll never understand. It's true. I know him better than you knew Daddy, and you were married to him for 20 years.
How can you know a man you've never met in person? You've never held hands. You don't even know what he smells like. This is not a real relationship. Think rationally, sensibly, Shayla.
What we have is real. I'll prove it to you.
He's avoiding you.
These are love letters. His heart is on these pages. The most romantic.
There's no return address on the envelope. Oh, how could you have given me a daughter this stupid? A stupid doctor. This is what you've given me.
You'll be sorry you said that. Grayson will be here any minute, and you'll see you see for yourself what kind of guy he is. I'll accept your apology in writing.
Shayla, a mother knows. And I'm telling you, I smell something fishy.
I'm making lobster.
One day you'll have a daughter of your own, and you'll know what it feels like to have your heart stomped on when all you're trying to do is protect your precious child.
Mom, will you trust me, please? I know what I'm doing. This is the post-pandemic age. The pandemic created a lot of fear in people, a distance, a void. We filled that void with technology. I never realized how convenient it is to touch bases with someone you've been missing by FaceTiming them. You can even have dinner together on Zoom, and it feels just like you're sitting right across from each other. I think it's pretty cool, the way technology helps busy people like Grayson and me stay connected.
I bet you there's something wrong with him. Is he socially awkward? People who are socially awkward don't want to meet face to face, in person, up close and personal. It will expose their flaws.
Oh, I cannot win with you.
Oh, your father was socially awkward. When we started dating, he always had an excuse for not wanting to meet out in public. Why? Because he had other women. He was always getting caught.
Not all men are like Daddy, Mom.
He writes poetry. You said he writes poetry. All men who write poetry are liars.
You lost it. You seriously lost it.
Oh, it's true. It's how your father seduced me. Right in the back of my father's El Dorado. God forgive me. It's obvious I'm still paying for this sin because you've given me such a clueless daughter.
Right on time. I told you so. Why don't you go in the bathroom and throw some water on your face? Your mascara is running. Oh, it's so sweet. Oh, I guess he decided to send flowers for the table. He knows how much I like flowers as a centerpiece. Aww.
What? Is there something wrong?
I don't know. I really don't.
Dear Shayla, can't make it tonight. Something came up. Can we FaceTime later?
I don't understand. I can call him any time of the day, and he's always there, always available. But whenever I try to see him in person, he stands me up.
I told you, folks these days hide behind technology. It's an instrument of the devil.
It's the third time he stood me up.
Fourth. Last time was the third.
I guess you can call Michael, and the two of you can gloat about how stupid I've been.
Oh, hey, how about we open up a bottle of wine and share a glass? It'll settle the nerves.
Grayson and I always drink wine together on Saturday nights. He said, drinking wine with me is like flying toward the sun. He said we'd never fly too close. He said I could trust him. He said he'd never let go of my hand.
Damn that Greystone. I wish I were wrong about him. I really do. I hate to see you like this.
I'll never love anyone again. I never want to feel this way again.
Yes, you will. You'll heal. You're young. And the next time, you'll be smarter. You'll listen to the warning signs.